Like many of you, I grew up in the TF2 trading community where duped or duplicated was one of the most taboo words. We've all watched those videos warning us to steer clear of duped items. Same goes for short item histories. Back in late 2017, I remember scouring the market for unusual deals, but always ended up in a dead end. Pretty much everything was tagged as duped on the Backpack.tf item history, so I avoided them like the plague. It felt like half the market was already off limits for me. I always wondered, why does duped even matter so much anyway? Why do people have this stigma against such a tiny difference? People buy my items for less because it's duped? What does that even mean? Like, imagine you're about to sell your expensive, unusual hat for full price, but your buyer just all of a sudden pulls out the duped card. Oh, sorry, actually, your hat is duped. Can you do a 30% discount? As I watched my potential profits slip through my fingers just because an item was duped, I realized I was being robbed of opportunities. This wasn't just about a few lost trades, it was about a consistent drain on my potential earnings. Then, with my legendary trading comeback in late 2019, I gained much more experience and had several discussions with veteran traders on the matter. Even though it kind of started off as a meme, dupes equal profit, it was oddly right. I started to never bother checking if items were even duped when buying them, and in fact advertised on my trading bot that I accept dupes for the same price as non-dupes. Every time someone tried to come to me and use the dupe card, I shrugged it off and refused to give a better deal because so. And now that I violated everything the old YouTube video said, my plan worked wonderfully. Suddenly, stocking up my inventory became so much easier. Deals were flowing in and my shop was bustling. The dupe tag no longer scared me or constrained me. I've never met one person in my thousands of trades that questioned about any item history lengths. Imagine how much time and hassle you could save by adopting this mindset. See through this illusion and stop getting ripped off by other traders. If you know how to embrace duplicated items, you'll see your trading efficiency soar. I'll now dive deeper into why I actually love buying duped items. It's not about something to be scared of, it's about maximizing your profit. Number one, duped as a trader's tactic. Let's clear the air once and for all. A duped tag or a long item history is nothing more than just a label. When you encounter a duped item, what you're really seeing is just a word and a list of previous owners on a Backpack.tf history page. These are not inherent flaws, but mere attributes that don't affect the item's functionality or aesthetic. Imagine declining free gifts because the price tag was still on it. Now do you get me? Some traders exploit this label to manipulate less experienced traders. They'll assert that a dupe status or extensive history somehow devalues the item, and the fact that new traders still follow the old conventional advice like sheep, and people still specify in their listings less for duped. It's a common gaslighting tactic used to pressure you into accepting a lower price. When you're faced with such a situation, it's crucial to stand your ground. Inform them politely but firmly that the dupe status doesn't impact the item's value. Don't let subjective stigmas dictate your trading strategy. By staying immovable on your pricing and educating others, we can collectively break down these unfounded perceptions and prevent traders from falling into the trap of bad deals. In summary, I think it's important to understand that duped is often a tactic employed in negotiations rather than a genuine issue with the item. Recognizing this will help you maintain the true value of your items and ensure fair trading practices in the TF2 community. Number two, aesthetic appeal over duplication. Consider the reality of a potential buyer's behavior. Most buyers won't go through the hassle of checking whether an item is duped or not. It's a process that requires extra steps and time, which many are not willing to invest. How many of these people even know how to access the pages? I would generously estimate 1 in 10. The most crucial factor for sellability is how attractive the item looks. What truly matters is the visual appeal of the hat and its effect. That's what catches a buyer's eye and drives the decision to purchase. As long as the price is within budget, it will sell. A Scorching Flames Killer exclusive doesn't drop any value because it's duped or has a long history. What the hell are people thinking? In the rare instance where a buyer does express concern about an item being duped, it's an opportunity for education. Explain that the dupe status is irrelevant and doesn't affect the item's in-game appearance or utility. If they persist, remain firm on your pricing, emphasizing the item's aesthetic value and rarity. Remember, a confident and well-informed stance can often reassure buyers and dispel any unwarranted apprehensions. In essence, what I want you to take away is that the vast majority of buyers prioritize how an item looks over its duplication status. By focusing on the visual appeal and confidently addressing any duped-related concerns, you can effectively navigate through these minor obstacles in trading. Number 3, the duped item perception. A common belief in the trading community is that the dupe status of an item diminishes its value. This widespread misconception leads many sellers to unconsciously list their duped items at lower prices, even though the item's actual sellability remains unaffected. This is what I love and what you should be loving. The market just has so many more deals when it shouldn't, and this opportunity is for you to jump in. For the more astute and opportunistic trader, this market psychology can be leveraged as a negotiation tactic. Knowing that sellers might undervalue their duped items provides an opening to acquire valuable items at a lower cost. However, this approach should be used judiciously and ethically. I personally don't and will never do this. What I think you should know here is that the general perception surrounding duped items can inadvertently benefit savvy traders, because many sellers, influenced by the stigma, price the items lower, creating opportunities for increased profit margins. This dynamic doesn't change the inherent value or appeal of the item, but it does affect how it is priced in the market. Number 4, utilizing cash websites. When trading on popular cash websites like Marketplace.tf, Manco.store, or the Steam Community Market, the detailed history of items, including whether they are duped or not, is not readily visible. This feature significantly changes the dynamic of trading duped items. It's amazing how you can get better results when buying, but when selling, it's completely irrelevant. Consider the practical aspect of trading on these platforms. Have you ever been approached by a buyer wanting to renegotiate the price based on an item's history? In my extensive experience of selling over 1,000 unusuals, such instances are non existent. This lack of concern from buyers underscores a key point. The majority of buyers are focused on what they see, the item itself, not its history. This ties back to what I discussed earlier about real buyer priorities. In the realm of cash trading websites, the aesthetic appeal of an item far outweighs its history. Duped or not, if an item looks good and fits what the buyer is seeking, that's what truly matters. The absence of easily accessible history information on these platforms further diminishes the significance of an item being duped. As traders, it's important to recognize that buyers on cash websites are less concerned with an item's past and more with its present appearance. You can approach these trades with greater confidence and effectiveness. Number 5, the Backpack.tf data breach. June 2022 marks a critical moment in the TF2 trading world. It resulted in the loss of a decade's worth of item history data, effectively erasing the lineage of countless items. Now, every item, regardless of when it first popped into existence, probably has a one-man history and no dupe tag. With this massive data wipeout, the entire conversation surrounding duped items and their lengthy histories has been turned on its head. The absence of this historical data makes it nearly impossible to determine an item's past, rendering the whole issue of duplication largely irrelevant. Everything I said earlier probably doesn't even matter anymore, although the stigma is still alive. The data breach has highlighted how the trading community has been over-fixated on something as inconsequential as item history. It truly demonstrates how such stigmas can cloud the true value of items in the market. Adding to the irrelevance of duplication concerns is the fact that any item released after approximately 2015 2016 is not susceptible to being duped. This means every new case released since then and the items contained within are free from the duplication stigma. So now I'm going to summarize everything about duped items in TF2 trading. First is duplication as a trader's tactic. Remember, duplication or a long item history doesn't inherently devalue an item. It's often used as a tactic by traders to negotiate lower prices. Stand firm on your pricing and break the stigma that duped items are worth less. Second is the indifference of real buyers. Most buyers don't go through the trouble of checking an item's history. They're more concerned with the item's aesthetics and appeal. If a buyer does bring up duplication, explain its irrelevance and maintain your price. Third is the psychological pricing advantage. The common misconception about duped items often leads sellers to list them at lower prices. This can be an opportunity for you to purchase at a bargain and make a higher profit since the duplication doesn't affect the item's appeal. Fourth is the irrelevance on cash websites. On platforms like Marketplace.tf, Manco.store, or the SCM, checking an item's history is nearly impossible. This reinforces the point that most buyers are unconcerned about whether an item is duped or not. And lastly, probably the most important one, impact of the Backpack.tf data breach. The 2022 data breach erased years of item history, making the debate over duped items moot. Items released post 2015 2016 cannot be duped, adding to the irrelevance of duplication concerns for newer items. So, pretty much everything I've said is kind of irrelevant in today's trading age due to the data breach, but I think it's good to update our outdated knowledge on duped and long history items. And there you have it. Understanding the nuances of duped items is crucial in navigating the TF2 trading market effectively. Remember, it's the current market appeal that matters most, not an item's past. So keep these insights in mind, stay informed, and make the most out of your trading ventures. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of TF2 trading. Happy trading, and see you in the next video. Bye.